everyone. Sorry to keep you waiting. It's a big event, so we just want to make sure that everything is go very smoothly and everyone is here in this room. Well, I think it's about time, so let us begin. Distinguished guests, university and college executives, esteemed speakers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again. My name is Usanila Ratananon. It is my honor to welcome you all to this significant event celebrating the 75th anniversary of the foundings of the People's Republic of China, hosted by, of course, Priti Phnomyong International College. Today's event is centered around the theme Achievement in Development of the New China. It is a topic that allows us to reflect on the progress that has been made by the PRC over the 75 years. This remarkable journey has begun since its founding in 1949 and has transformed China into one of the leading powers, which has made great achievements in many areas. For example, economic growth, very obvious, technological innovation, infrastructure development, science and technology, and environmental sustainability. So in this event, it is not just a celebration of the past achievements, but it is a good opportunity that we look ahead toward the future with promise and collaboration between the two countries. Well, it is a privilege that we all gathered to hear today here to share these insights and how these accomplishments has shaped the world that we lived in. So before we begin, I would like to express our sincere gratitudes to the distinguished guests, university executives, college executives, and every one of you to be present in this event. So first and foremost, I would like to begin with the welcoming speech. I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Supriti Rittirong, Vice Rector for International Affairs of Thammasat University, to deliver the welcoming remarks. So please welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Usani. Ms. Li Jiyuan, Counselor to the Embassy of the People of Republic of China to the Kingdom of Thailand. Ms. Li Hang, Third Secretary of the Embassy of the People of Republic of China to the Kingdom of Thailand. Assistant Professor Dr. Khom Pantarak, Vice Dean at PBIC, Professor Jang Zhichen, PBIC Professor, distinguished guests, and all the students. We got quite a large group of people here in this room. So this is really make a remarkable milestone between two nations. I know that China and Thailand, we are family, we are brother, sister, we are siblings. I also have some roots in Chinese ancestors as well. I'm sure many of us are. So on the behalf of Thammasat University, we embrace any kind of achievements and working collaboration between our two countries in general, with no questions. The successful of the Chinese study here at PBIC also very, very outstanding into the industry. We create people into the industry that work between two nations. We collaborate with many Chinese universities as well as a PBIC itself already have 4 or 5 universities. What has told us about today? It tells us that our relationship grows and we have seen our big brother in the north of Thailand, giant countries, are growing immensely. And also something that we're going to learn today. It's also my new knowledge that I learned together with you since 1949. That has been the new development of China. I'm glad that we have expert here, Professor Jang Zhichen, that also will bring us the story of the great achievements of the development of the new China. So I hope that the discussion or the knowledge that we have learned today will continue to make more successful story into Chinese development, as well as bring us the closer and more of the activity between China and Thailand. So I also hope that the discussion, the lecture, the story will benefit everyone and make a very continued, productive research, studies, and furthermore of the education in Thammasat and in Thailand into the prosperous way. So I wish this lecture will be a very successful meeting. Thank you everyone to be here. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you very much, Vice Rector, for your inspiring words. Next, I would like to invite Mrs. Li Jijian, Counselor of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China to the King of Thailand, to share her speech with us. Please welcome.
Your Excellency Vice Rector Sapriti, distinguished guests, dear fellow students. My name is Li Jijie. I'm from the Chinese Embassy to Thailand. It's my honor to attend the annual PBIC Chinese Study Public Talk at Thammasat University. Thammasat University has an excellent reputation in Thailand and even in the whole Asia. In the long history of 19 years, Thammasat follows its guiding philosophy to uphold academic excellence, service to society, produce a large number of politicians, diplomats, lawyers, and the other best and the brightest. I heard that there are 4 prime ministers alone are graduated from Thammasat. So if my understanding is right, I feel that the Chulalongkorn is Thailand's Harvard and the Thammasat is Thailand's Yale. The topic of Professor Zhang Xizhen's speech today is achievements in the development of New China. I think Professor Zhang chose this topic for his own consideration because this year is a special year for all Chinese people. 75 years ago, the People's Republic of China was founded, opening a new era of China. Over the past 75 years, under the leadership of the Communist Party of China, the Chinese people have built an old China that was poor, big, close into the world's 2nd largest economy. This has not only greatly improved the situation of every ordinary Chinese, but also profoundly influenced the global landscape. China's foreign policy is committed to maintaining world peace, promoting international common development, building the world into a community with a shared future. So a rising China is an opportunity, not a challenge for the world. Dear guests and students, you know, China and Thailand are good neighbors connected by mountains and rivers. Since the establishment of diplomatic relationship nearly half a century ago, no matter how the international situation change, China and Thailand have always get along with each other. Next year will mark the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relationship between China and Thailand. The Chinese embassy is willing to continue to work hand in hand with friends in Thailand to deepen the comprehensive strategic cooperation between two countries and push China-Thailand relationship to higher level. To conclude, I wish today's public talk a complete success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Li Jijuan, for your insightful remarks. Well, we will now proceed to the token of appreciation presentation. I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Khom Pantarak, Vice Dean for Strategy and Finance, PBIC, to present tokens of appreciations to our distinguished delegates. Please welcome. First and foremost, please welcome Vice Rector for International Affairs to receive the token of appreciation. After this session will be the photo session, so all the delegates, all the distinguished guests, please remain on the stage for a little bit. Well, next, please invite Mrs. Li Jijuan, the counselor of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China to the Kingdom of Thailand to receive the token of appreciation. Next, I would like to invite Mrs. Li Hang, the third secretary of the Embassy of China to the Kingdom of Thailand. Last but not least, our esteemed speaker of today, Professor Jang Z. Well, we now invite all the distinguished guests, executives to join us on the stage for a group photo to commemorate this special occasion. And all the chants, please. All right, that would be it. Thank you very much. And I think it's about time. So let the talk begin by inviting once again Professor Jang Zijian on the stage to give the talk, and a round of applause to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm so happy today to be here to celebrate in the 75th anniversary of the founding of the China People's China People's Republic of China. And so I know here most people over here maybe is Chinese, they're students of the Chinese study program at Thammasat University, right? So let me test you, okay? Very simple question. All right. And get ready, please. Which day is the birthday of the People's Republic of China? Please. National Day of the PRC. Which day is the National Day? Who can answer me? Right? Here is a prize. Here is a guest for you. Nobody knows? Huh? Huh? Sure, that's right. Okay. Give us some gift. For the right. Okay. And so as you know, and the PRC, this year is the 75 years. While my age is 77. So 2 years older than PRC. So I'm sure I'm qualified to talk about this topic, the great achievements in development of China. Because I almost, experienced all of the great achievements in China in the past decades, right? So, and today I would like to talk about that, right? And so my lecture today is not as usual. I'm not like usual. I would like to give this lecture by showing pictures and videos. Maybe that is make the lecture is much more interesting. All right. Let's move on to this my lecture. All right. And first of all, I would like to listen to Mao Zedong's voice when he declared the establishment of the People's Republic of China. All right. So try to listen carefully. All right. Then I would like to know who can understand. Maybe somebody ask somebody to, emulate his voice. All right. So please play that. Again, 2 times. Okay. Then I asked somebody to I ask you if you understand what he said. All right. All right. So, are there anybody who understand that? Are there? Huh? Nobody? What did he say? Huh? No. All right. So let me repeat that. Okay. I try to imitate it. I imitate it as a Mao accent because he is come from the Hunan province. That is a very strong accent. All right. 中华人民共和国中国政府今天成立了。So, and on the October 1st, he declared the establishment of the People's Republic of China in Beijing. All right. Well, let's move on to the my lecture. Right. And so at the beginning period of the new China, China was very, very poor. Very poor, impoverished, and before the liberation. Right? So at that time, there was no other industry in China. And all was a backward agriculture country. And China per capita GDP was only 119 or $66 at that year's exchange rate. So every building necessities, commodity produced in China itself, and this had to be imported from abroad. Right? Next one. So here I will tell a concept. Yang, this word in Chinese character. What does it mean? Do you know that? Yang means overseas or foreign. And so other countries, Yang, for example, we call Japan is Dongyang, because Japan is located in the east part or east of the China, right? Xinjiang is west countries, right? But here is Nan'an. What is the Nan'an? Do you know that? That's right. Yes, Nan'an in Nan'an, Southeast Asia, right? So all the country outside was called Yang, we call Yang, right? And so we call it foreign people the Yang, foreign language, Yang, and study abroad, Yang, so you should know the Yang, what does it mean, the Yang, all right? So during that time, at the beginning of the period of the new China, so China was very, very backward and poor. Almost a lot of things, so products abroad, imported from abroad. A lot of things called with Yang, such as a match. You know that the match? That's called Yanghua. Yanghua. And the meal, called Yangdi. And then Collison and lamp, Yangwu, and the figure clothes, fabric for the Yangbu, and soap for the Yangjie. So you can find all of these goods with the Yang. That means this kind of products come from abroad. China cannot produce, right? So that is the situation at that time. Okay, next one. And so my lecture will be divided 3 parts. First part, we talk about the great changes in the Beijing city, of the Beijing city. Changes in the appearance of the Beijing city. Because I lived in Beijing. I know Beijing very well. So I experienced the great changes of Beijing, right? And the second part, I would like to talk about the great achievements in infrastructure construction, contraction. Right? And last part, I would like to talk about technology, the science technology. All right. Okay. Yeah, that is Beijing. That is the longest and the widest street in Beijing. Chang'an Avenue. Yeah. So that is the biggest street. So this picture is an old picture. So that is at the beginning of the new term. Right? But this one is the current situation. Right? You can find, so this one. So, and in order to change the background appearance of the capital of Beijing government, and launched, of the Tiananmen Square. So in the past, there was no Tiananmen Square. All right? So now, this one. So, and the government decided to build a very wide Tiananmen Square. So that is the construction site, right? And so so this part is the Tiananmen Square today, right? Well, in 1948, to the 10th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China, the central government decided to build buildings in China, in Beijing. First one is a great hall of the people, and the second one, National Museum of China, and the third one is the Military Museum of the Chinese People's Revolution. And the next one is the National Agricultural Exhibition Corps, and the railway station, and the railway stadium, and cultural palace of the nationality, and the national hotel, and the Georgia State Guest House, and the Old Chinese building. So this is three big buildings we decided at that time, right? So by the 1960, by early 1960, so all of these buildings have been completed, right? First one, let's introduce the one by one. That is the Great Hall of the People. And that is the largest assembly hall in China. It's located in the west side of the Tiananmen Square in Beijing. And the second Great Hall can hold 10,000 people. And the very Great Hall can hold 5,000 people. And there are 48 conference halls. So one for every provinces. So this side is the inside. That is banquet house. Okay, next one is the National Museum of China. It is the art historical museum located on the east side of the Tiananmen Square in the Beijing. And we have a total construction area of about 200,000 square meters. Allocations of the more than 1.4 million items from the 40 and 48 exhibition halls. And the was the military museum of the Chinese People's Revolution. So collection and the many of the military equipments and the cultural rights and reflecting the military feature of the People's Liberation Army. And the modern Chinese military history and the real military history. And this one is the China Agricultural Museum. But that is a only China's and the National Agricultural Museum, in which China's achievements in the agricultural development are on show. It was a station, development station. It was opened in 1959, and was the largest train station in China at that time. Although City was now the largest Beijing West and Beijing South stations, but this station remains the only one located inside the old wall of the city. This is the Beijing Works Stadium. That is one of the largest football stadiums in China. It was built up in 1959, and it was inaugurated in 2019. Here is the Cultural Palace of the Nationalities. And it has a museum, and an art gallery, and a library, and an art institute, and the theater, and the guest house, and all the facilities inside. And the National Hotel. Now that is the oldest international hotel established after the founding of New China. And the Hotel State Guest House is the ancient royal garden and the modern state guest house and complex. It is used to receive the foreign leaders and the state and government. And the Master is the oldest Chinese building. It is built on initiative of oldest Chinese leader Chen Jiaqing. And the Premier Donald promised oldest Chinese that when he wanted to build a good home for them, for oldest Chinese in Beijing. So that is the old. And that is all the buildings. But today, and the Beijing people, they are selected and a new top 10 buildings in Beijing. That is after economic reform and open up. And so furthermore, is a national center of the performing arts. So, and the Chinese are there, or in Chinese they're called 国家大剧院. And then another one with National Stadium, and third one with the railway station, and the fourth one with National Library, and the CCTV tower, and the CCTV headquarters. The CCTV is the China Central Television station. And sixth one is a Nanjing Soho. And another one is Phoenix International Media Center. And the Central Tower. And number 9 is Daxing International Airport. And number 10 is Southwest Stadium. So that is a new capital. So this is a 国家大剧院, the National Center for the Performing Arts. So that design is very special. But this is surrounded by the river. And the capital and the entrance is under the sea, under the water, right? So that is a very special. That is the inside. That is the National Stadium, the Brazil nest. And that is a very located the southern part of the central area of the Beijing Olympic Park. And the Brazil nest is the main stadium for the 2008 in the Beijing Olympic Games. That is, I think that is not tonight, almost tonight. That is inside. This one is the West Railway Station. So that was opened on January 21st, 1996. It was one of the largest modern railway passenger stations in Asia. It covers the area of the 510,000 square meters with platforms. And that is the inside. That is national library of China. That is one of the largest libraries in the world. It contains over 41 million items as of December 2020. It holds the largest collection of the Chinese literature and historic documents in the world, and it covers over of the 215,000 square meters. So that is the inside. And the second power, and so that is this is the power, and another is the headquarters. Okay, this one, and that is a regional cycle. That is the largest commercial physical complex in which is Nevada, and the three towers. That is the rectangle and the three mountains of peaks, right? Okay, that is this one. That is Phoenix International Media Center. It is the open media building in the greater consumer production, media office, the routine is appearance as a one together. This one. That is outside. Another is the city towers. City is a very big financial book. So this stands 528 meters high. And currently, it is the tallest building in Beijing. And the city tower and the function as the walls of the city group and the city bank, as well as the office space for the lease and the multi-purpose business center. And number is Passion Airport, International Airport. It's the largest airport in the world. In September 2019, the airport opened in Beijing. It holds over 100 million passengers per year. It's designed to make passengers to reach the gate in the least 8 minutes. A lot of the high technology have been used in this projection. Next one. Oh, that is this one. No, that is the inside. That is so. This airport linked with the high-speed railway and the subway and city bus system. And the number 2 is the big subway city network. And the first subway line started to build in Beijing in 1965. Right? Very early. So that is the ceremony, opening ceremony. So here's the picture. Now, last one. No, last one. Yes. You know, at that time, you know, when the first subway was built by using a most backward method, people opened to the road of the trench and all along by digging, you know, all of the rail line, the construction, it was to air, into the rail. That is a different from the current method. But this is the photo. This photo was taken by American satellite. You know, because at that time, and this line was built up, And because the ground was open, so the whole construction area is to the open, to the air. So that's why this photo can be taken, right? So that is this from this one, from here, that is Beijing and the railway station. Then here and until the Pingyuan here. This part is the forbidden city. Is a forbidden city. So this here is a Tiananmen Square, right? So that is the first level, first line of the subway, right? And that to be 2 years, that took 2 years from 1975 to 1970. So in 1971, Beijing first the subway line began operation. It was not until 1980s that the large-scale subway contraction began because of the Cultural Revolution. So during that 10 years, so the subway contraction stopped. So for the 40 years of that, and the whole subway network has been completed. So as of the December 30, and the 2023, and Beijing Metro System had a total of the 27 operating lines. It comprises parts of the rail and the transit system, having 12 municipal districts of Beijing and 1 district of the Langfang city, Hebei province. We have 490 operating stations and a total mass of 836 kilometers of the operating lines. And the Beijing subway is the third largest and the subway system in the world. Tokyo is another one. Tokyo is 2,500 kilometers. And the New York City is number 2. And the Beijing subway will carry more than 10 million passengers per day on the weekdays. So that is the main means of the transportation for the Beijingians. So nowadays, this map is the subway system of the Beijing. Very, very convenient. If you stay in Beijing, you can go everywhere and by the subway. That is the more to next part. Next part is a great achievements in the infrastructure construction. First of all, let's take a look at the expressway construction. Construction started in 1984. And the order opened to the traffic on the October 31, 1988. It's the Shanghai to and Jiadu is possible. That is in Shanghai. I think maybe there's it's possible in Bangkok is older than the one, right? So every chance is, it's possible is very late. And about the president in China has exceeded and was 60,000 kilometers. Rank the largest is quite well settled in the world. In the numbers, more than 3,000 kilometers of the present line have been completed every year. It can only for every country to be connected to the high highway network. So this is the show and the network of the expressway. And so the expressway is connected to the countries, all of the countries in China. So I would like to show you a very short video. First one. First one is this program is on the river. So this the highway is along the river, over the water. That is very beautiful. If you drive on this way. Okay. Let's show you this one. No second. Okay, second. Second, that is this expressway on the sands in the northwest part. Very few traffic, very few vehicles. All right, okay. Next one. And 最难修的公路啊 ，okay. So that is a very difficult to build this one. Okay. Next slide. Next. All right. Let's take a look at the China, the high-speed railway. And the high-speed railway is divided into two categories. First one is this in terms of speed. As even the speed is 200 to the 250 km/h. That is also called a high-speed railway. Well, another one is the 300 to 380 km/h per hour. That is much fast. And China started to build the high-speed train in 1999. It just took the 20 years, but the high-speed railway in China is the longest high railway network. And the most is also used. But up to the 2020, and high-speed railway network reached and 36,000 kilometers in total length. And China's high-speed railway account for the 2/3 of the world's total high-speed railway networks. Currently, and the Chinese high-speed railway is not extended to all provincial level administration divisions, except to the Tibet. That means, and the high-speed railways connected to all of the capitals of the provinces. And China is exporting high-speed train technology into the other countries. And then, next one. But this high-speed railway is from Beijing to Shanghai. And that between two cities is 1,318 kilometers. Taking a regular train, that will take 10 hours from Beijing to Shanghai. That will take the high-speed railway, the train, just 4 hours. So this is from Beijing to Shanghai. And now this map show and the network of the high-speed railway. And the blue line is means that it completed. And the yellow is not, is still under construction. That one. That is show you, and you can find, and China, China has a so long and speed railway. That is a trend, and top 10 countries they have high-speed railway. Okay, next. Okay, take a video, please. So let's feel. That is just a station. Those are another Shanghai maglev and the railway. That is the basic technology from Germany. That the train, they cannot contact with the train, with the track. No contact. I don't know how to explain that. So that's why, and the railway, is the first high-speed commercial magnetic and electrification line. And the speed is and 450 kilometers per hour. All right, next slide. And this one is and China is trying to do that. China started testing a maglev train that run at 600 kilometers per hour, and aims to put and 500 kilometers along high speed maglev line into the commercial use by the 2025. So this train will be today it is continue to build. And this one is a highway bridge construction in China. And that is the very and the sea bridge. By 2022, and China has a 103.3 highway bridge with a total length of the 85.76 million meters of the bridge, and just over 870 of the super bridges with a total length of the 1,621 meters. And that is the top 10 cable state bridges in the world. These are called the Xiaqiao. The bridge is divided to different styles. That is called cable state bridge. You can find that is the top 10 cable state, state bridges in the world. And China accounted for seven of the 10. The big one is the top 10 suspension bridges in the world. These are called the suspension, the 悬索桥. And China also have 6 on 6. And this is called the 本桥, arch bridge in the world. And the top 10. And China has the 7. And this one is called the cross sea bridge. Cross sea bridges in the world. And China have a 5. And the longest one is this one. And Hong Kong, Zhuhai, and Macau across the sea bridge. So this here is Zhuhai, and here is Macau, and this is Hong Kong. So that is from the bridge that connected the two parts. And the construction times, and it's 11 years. That it takes 11 years to build this bridge. And the length bridge is 55 kilometers, 50 kilometers. And the thickness is placed in important role in the economic development of the Guangdong and Hong Kong and Macau. So that is the picture of the bridge. Next one. Next one. So that is a tunnel of the bridge, because this bridge and the part of the bridge is on the sea. Okay, and show the first one. Okay. Slide. All right, let's take a look at the Street Gorgeous Dam. That is a large construction project. And that is a world largest hydropower station in terms of the installed capacity. And it is 2,300 meters long. And resettlement of people, and over 1 million people. And a lot of great number of the people that should move to other place. And it will take 12 years. And so after that completed, and the floods can be controlled. And the power was distributed to all the eastern part of the China, including Shanghai. So this picture is show you and the three gorgeous dams. If you have a chance, you can visit this place. Another larger project, and south to south water diversion project. And that is a major project to the China water from the Yangtze River to the northern China through 1,300 kilometers canals. That is the three-line canals. One of them is the Dongxian, east part. That is the finish. And another one is the middle line, that called the Zhongxian. That also is finished. And the long line is the Xixian, another started. And this project was formally launched in 2002. And it will be completed in 2030. It'll take a certain time. And it's totally taking 48 years. It will eventually divert and 44.8 billion cubic meters of the water annually to the journals. It was cost and $62 billion US dollars. More than twice as much as Three Gorgeous Dam. Next one. So this one, this is a Dongxian. That is a Dongxian. So this part is the finish, and this is the Zhongxian, also is the finish. And this one is the Xixian. Xixian just connected to some of the river. These rivers, they connected together. There, the water is go through and along the Yellow River, into the northern part of China. That is west part. The east line is the finish. The finish. That is the middle. That is middle line. Also is the finish. All right, let's move on the next part, and the scientific and the technology progress and the development. And first of all, let's take a look at the sounding rocket. In the February 1960, the experiment liquid sounding rocket designed and manufactured by China was safely launched for the first time, flying at altitude of the 8 kilometers, marking the first step in the China's sounding rocket technology. So that is the very beginning period. Next one. And that is the first homegrown mid-range missile that is produced by the China. And in the middle of 1960s, and China began to development of the new type and the mid-range missile. From the end of the program design stage in the March 1965, by the end of 1966, and the first flight test was conducted in only 1 year and then 9 months. So this one is the first satellite of China. That is the artificial satellite that is called the Dongfang Hong 1号. And the first artificial satellite was successfully launched on the April 24, 1970. And the Dongfang Hong 1号 and the satellite and weighs 173 kilograms at present. And this satellite is still in the orbit. So that is after this success, and all of the media newspapers have this kind of good news, right? That is the first atomic bomb on October 16, in 1964, and China successfully exploded the first atomic bomb. So that is the sign that China has mastered the technology of using nuclear energy. So that is hydrogen bomb. A hydrogen bomb is much more advanced than the atomic bomb. And the space technology in 2003. And China became the third country which sent a human being into the space after Russia and the United States. And the Soviet Union, Soviet astronauts and entered the space in 1961. And the US Apollo 11 with the human being landed on the moon in July 1969. And 2008, Chinese astronaut was working outside the spacecraft and craft. And in 2011, and the further successful and the docking of the two the space crafts in the orbit. So that is the two craft. That is the Shenzhou 8号, that is the 天宫1号. They're connected together in the space. And in 2013, and a Chinese spacecraft landed on the moon. In 2020, and China first, and the space station in the orbit. And in 2025, and China is planning to land on the moon by Chinese astronauts. So here is, let's take a look at and the astronauts they're working in the space stations. Please. This is the Earth. They're watching from the space station. All right, okay. All right, and this is the computer technology in China. On October 26, 1973, and China the first integrated and the circuit electronic computer with 1 million operations per second was successfully trial produced at Peking University. So at that time, I was studying there. So we are organized to visit, to take a look at this and the computer. And today, and 19 July 2013, and 天河2号 and that is supercomputer officially was born. It speaks the performance of the 549 billion times per second. Continuously performance of the 338 billion times per second in performance. And second place, the 10 times power, 10 times power computer of the Oxford National Library of the United States, nearly doubled. And undisputed become the first and top 500 supercomputers ranking king. And because the performance is too leading. At that time, the Chinese, the supercomputer is the leader. But the later, today, and China's the sunlight 太湖 light 神威太湖之光 and ranked and the six and 天河2号 ranked the most. The computer was the previous years and the ranking had dropped and the computing power is less than 1/10 of the frontier of the United States. But China is still one of the supercomputers powers. Well, let's take a look at this one. And self-development super heavy production equipment. And one of them is the super large bridge erecting machine that is called the 超级架桥机. How to build the super bridge, super large bridge. So that is very difficult, right? But China created this kind of bridge, this kind of machine to make and this super large bridge to be easier to build. And that is called the Kunlun Bridge erecting machine. It's the world's first, the second time bridge erection machine, independently produced by China on November 3, 2020. And the Kunlun began to erect it and the world's first 1,000 ton, 1,000 ton and 40 meters span box built across the sea, high-speed rail bridge. And the major one bridge. So that, first law, yeah. Yes. So let's take a look at and this kind of machine, how that this machine is working. Again, okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, no same. Okay, that's right. Okay, next one. Oh, next one. Quick forward. Oh, okay, all right. All right, okay. Another equipment, and a very large soup equipment that is called the soup shoulder machine, 超级炖锅机. That is used to deep tunnel for the subway. And a shoulder machine is a super device used to open tunnels and to build subway underground. And I think China imported this kind of machine from abroad. In 2008, and China developed and manufactured and the China first shoulder machine with independent technology practice in the US. And China very, very number one. We realized from the 1 to 0. And the total in China equipment were established. And the largest shoulder research and development of the manufacturing basis was established in the Zhengzhou city. So that is the shoulder machine. And that largest shoulder machine in China. That is the largest one in China. In China. On June 28 and 2023. And Jinhua and the shoulder machine is the largest and the largest diameter of domestic shoulder machine started to work. And the Jinhua shoulder machine was used to dig the waterline tunnels of the Beijing East 16 Ring Road reconstruction of project. It is currently and the longest shuttle is the highway tunnels in China, making major progress in the state level innovation project. And the Chinese shuttle machines are cost for 70% of them in the world. So let's take a look at how this machine works. 差不多了吧？
All right.
That is another machine. That is called aerial building machine. So building machine were used to build buildings, top buildings. Yeah, and aerial building machine is the equipment platform of the supporting construction technology dependent development by China. It is a large scale combined and mechanical equipment and platform use the intelligent control. It is cost in place, assembly construction technology use excellent quality, the controllable cycle, and the economic cost and the green environmental protection. Of the complication of the contraction of the floor and the numerous unit control backstage control and the air building machine launch and so that the workers continue to build up the building. The air building machine has many advantages such as the fast construction speed, high safety, and high mechanization in labor saving and so on. So that is a machine. That is a concrete 造楼机 so next one. So this part, the red part is called and 造楼机. Yes, okay. First one. Okay, and the next one. That's all for my lecture. I hope my lecture to help you to understand China much more. And if you have opportunity, you can go by yourself to look at the developing of the China. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Zhang Xichen. So after like listening to all the talk and seeing all these photos and the videos, I think personally, after hearing all these achievements of China over the past 75 years, I think it is quite impossible not to be struck by the advancement and scales of the projects that somehow, while the rest of the world may think that it's impossible to achieve, but China made it happen. And well, as you can see from the longest bridges to what the whole country rail network to what else, like the aerial building machine to satellites and the space stations. Wow, I mean, it is truly, truly remarkable. And let alone that these has been accomplished within like merely 75 years. And like how incredible that it was from a country that could not even produce some daily necessities like soap, clothes, matches. I don't know, into what China is today. I mean, China showed us that impossible is really possible. So, I mean, like to me, myself, it's truly magnificent. So I think that Ajahn Zhang, Professor Zhang has seen this with his own eyes, like with his own experience through all these years, 77 now. And I cannot imagine how proud he would be to his own country. Just think of us. What have we achieved in these 75 years? We have experienced, I mean, we have witnesses 13 military goals, and that took us nowhere. So I really hope that this talk today will inspire all of you, both students, lecturers, and then to me myself as well. So once again, thank you very much, Professor Zhang, for this amazing talk. And I think before we part, I would like to kindly ask for your cooperation to do the what is it, the QR code for evaluation for this event. Okay, I think the Kun Gong will show you the QR code very soon. All right. And I think it has been like a few hours of very insightful and reflections on the achievement of China or of the new China. And well, please kindly help us to do the evaluation form, since your feedback and then your suggestions are very, very important to us and will help us to organize even better events next time in the future. And we really hope to have your support in joining the future events that PBIC will arrange. And yes, I hope that everyone has a good afternoon, and I hope you travel home safely, and I hope to see you next time. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, and thank you. Okay, while you are helping us to do the evaluation form, please look up a little bit. We would like to capture this moment with a Professor Zhang here. So please kindly look at the camera. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, everyone. So please help us to do the evaluation form. Oh, and if you have any questions or if you want to talk to Professor Zhang, you can come up to the front and then, we can discuss or we can exchange some ideas.
And for the high school student, this is, like what we normally do in the classroom. So if you think one is, like, is your way of studying, so you're welcome to be our new student. Yeah, please consider it. Yeah.
Yes, of course. So please stay tuned. Follow our Facebook, follow our TikTok, follow our Line account, official accounts to receive the latest information about the admissions and some other activities that we are going to present to the public in the near future.
Uh, นักศึกษาปี2 Intensive Track ที่เป็น Advice ของครูรบกวนอยู่ต่อเลยนะฮะอ๋อขออาจารย์อุศนีจะ